registration of 2023 PLE, UCE, and UACE candidates and related activities are ongoing. The Uganda National Examinations Board hereby informs parents and candidates that the registration process for the 2023 examinations for all levels, that is primary leaving examinations, Uganda Certificate of Education, and Uganda Advanced Certificate of Education are underway. The normal registration period will go on until May 31st, 2023. For candidates who may miss registering during this time, a period has been set for the late registration, which attracts a surcharge. The surcharge for late registration from June 1st to 30th will be 100% for primary leaving examinations, 50% for both UCE and UACE candidates. The last phase of late registration will run from 1st July to 31st, 2023, attracting a surcharge of 100% at all levels. After July 31st, 2023, there will be no opportunity to register for candidates for the examination 2023. Registration fees. The registration fees for all the levels being maintained as below. PLOE, 34,000 shillings, UCE, 164,000 shillings, UACE, 186,000 shillings. In the event of surcharges, the following will be the accruing charges. For PLOE, 100% will mean 68,000 shillings. For UCE, it will translate into, the 50% will translate into 246,000. The UACE 50% will translate into 279,000. This will be between June 1st to 30th June. For July 1st to 31st, 100% for PLOE will remain 68,000. 100% will translate into 328,000, and 100% UACE will translate into 372,000. As it has always been the case, the government will pay the registration fees for all the candidates sponsored under any of the three universal education programs, that is universal primary education, universal secondary education, and universal post-O-level education and training, famously known as UPOLET. Charging fees not prescribed by Uneb. According to the Uneb Act 2021, Section 33, it is an offense to charge fees not prescribed by Uneb and refer to such fees as Uneb fees. Heads of centers and school directors are therefore cautioned against calling any other administrative fees as Uneb fees. Such an offense attracts a penalty of 2,000 currency points, which translates into 40 million shillings, or a term of imprisonment not exceeding 10 years or both. Additionally, the person convicted shall pay back the amount that is not prescribed by Uneb to the concerned students or their parents. The board may also withdraw the examination center of the school where the person convicted is a registered teacher. The person shall also be disciplined under the relevant laws regulating the profession. Aggrieved parents or members of the public charged exorbitant fees alleged to be Uneb registration fees should file complaints to the nearby police station for relevant action. Misappropriation of examination registration fees. Uneb equally cautions heads of centers or their representatives to ensure that all the Uneb registration fees are remitted to the board and that the students are duly registered for the examinations. Anyone who fails to do so commits an offense and is liable on conviction to a fine not exceeding 2,000 currency points or 40 million shillings, or a term of imprisonment not exceeding 10 years or both, as provided for in Section 32 of the Uneb Act 2021. Such a person shall also be required to pay back the money collected to the concerned learners or their sponsors and compensate them accordingly. Where the person convicted is a registered teacher, the person shall be disciplined under the relevant laws regulating the teaching profession. Registering private candidates as government-sponsored candidates. Heads of government-aided schools are put on notice not to register privately sponsored candidates as government-sponsored candidates. This is a fraudulent practice that causes financial loss to government. Any head of an examination center or school director that will be found indulging in this practice shall pay thrice the amount that has been defrauded. Relevant laws on fraud will also be applied to such head teachers or directors. In addition, Uneb shall withdraw the examination center of the school. Registration software. The board has upgraded the registration software and made a few adjustments. Among the modifications is the inclusion of an option for a national identification number, famously known as NIN. Please note that this field is optional, and where a candidate does not have a NIN, it can be left out. Heads of centers who may receive any other challenges are encouraged to contact Uneb using eregprimary@uneb.ac.ug or eregsecondary@uneb.ac.ug. The second phase of validation of examination centers will take place from April 24th to May 10th, 2023. Schools that wish to expand their centers, apply for new centers, or those that did not succeed in phase 1 are encouraged to apply online using the following link: https://esavices.uneb.ac.ug/es/cinsp/start process. Online application for examiners. Qualified teachers wishing to become Uneb examiners can apply online through the Uneb Examiners and Scouts Management Information Systems, famously known as USMIS. And you would go on http://examinations.uneb.ac.ug/home. The deadline for this application is April 31st, 2023. Involvement of parents and guardians. The board would like to urge parents and guardians of candidates to take keen interest in the registration of their children and ensure that the current biodata is captured. Such biodata includes, but is not limited to, the correct spelling and order of names as captured on the birth certificates, date of birth as per the prescribed format of date, month, year, as well as the subjects offered in the case of UCE and UACE candidates. At the end of the registration period, Uneb will make it possible for parents to check the registration status of their children through the short message service, SMS, on their telephone handsets. Schools will also be required to display candidates' registers for 60 days as provided for in the Uneb Act 2021 under Section 4, subsection 2. Parents are therefore advised to take advantage of the reduced prices for Uneb publications of papers that are currently on sale at our publications outlets, at Uneb offices in Intinda Complex, Annex, and the Communication House ground floor.